Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's class, we are going to learn about overtime. So today's topic is overtime. Let's see the meaning of overtime. Overtime, it refers to the time worked by an employee beyond the normal working hours. So overtime means what? Time worked by an employee beyond the normal working hours, means it is the extra time put in by workers who work beyond their normal hours of work. For example, if the regular working hours are 8, regular working hours are 8 hours per day, clear, 8 hours per day, and an employee works 10 hours, 10 hours. The regular working hours are 8 hours per day, but the employee works 10 hours. It means what? The extra 2 hours. Extra 2 hours. This is considered as overtime. Clear? So overtime means what? Extra time put in by workers who work beyond their normal hours of work. Here in the example, regular working hours are 8 hours per day, but an employee works 10 hours, means the extra 2 hours. That is considered as overtime. Clear? Now let's see the causes of overtime. Causes of overtime. So overtime usually occurs due to urgent production orders. Urgent production orders means sometimes companies receives urgent orders that must be completed within a short period. So to meet the deadline, workers they are asked to stay beyond normal hours. That is called as overtime. So this is one of the causes of overtime, that is urgent production orders. And second one is machine breakdowns. Means when machine breakdowns during working hours, what happens? Production is delayed, right? So to recover the lost time, workers may have to work overtime once the machine is repaired. Clear? When the machine is break down during working hours, production is delayed, means workers they can't work because of the machine breakdown, right? So to recover the lost time, the workers may have to work overtime. Clear? So second cause of overtime is machine breakdowns. And third one is absenteeism or shortage of staff. If regular workers they are absent or there is no enough staff, then the available employees, means who are working in the factory, may need to work extra hours to complete the day's work. Why? Because there is absenteeism or shortage of staff. Clear? And fourth one is unexpected increase in demand. Unexpected increase in demand. When demand for a product suddenly rises, then what happens? Company or factory they need to produce more units, right? So to handle this extra workload, employees may work overtime. Clear? And fifth one is inefficient planning or poor supervision. Sometimes the overtime occurs not because of real need, but due to poor management decisions. See, lack of planning or delays in supplying the materials or inefficient supervision can cause delays during a regular hours, right? That is pushing work into overtime, pushing the employees to work into overtime. So these are the causes of overtime. That is, they are, first one is urgent production orders, machine breakdowns, absenteeism or shortage of staff, and unexpected increase in demand, and inefficient planning or poor supervision. Clear? Overtime means what? It refers to the time worked by an employee beyond the normal working hours. Why he has to work beyond the normal working hours? What are the causes of overtime? So these are the causes of overtime. Till here it is clear, right? Next we will see overtime premium. What is overtime premium? Here overtime premium, it means the extra amount over the normal wage rate. That is called overtime premium. Extra amount over the normal wage rate is called overtime premium. Means if the employee works overtime, we have to give him the extra amount. So the extra amount over the normal wage rate. That is called overtime premium. Means it is the additional amount paid above the normal wage for overtime hours. Clear? So what is the formula of overtime premium? Overtime wage minus normal wage. Means if we work for 8 hours, means normal working hours 8 hours per day. That is normal wage. And if we work extra 10 hours, means here overtime is 2 hours. For 2 hours we have to pay the additional amount over the normal wage. That is what called overtime premium. See in the example, for 2 hours, this is the overtime here, right? 2 hours we need to pay the extra amount. That is what overtime premium. Clear? Now let's see the overtime. It is paid at a higher rate. Overtime is paid at a higher rate. So here overtime is not paid at the normal hours wage. So the common overtime rates are 1.5 times the normal wage, means called time and a half, or 2 times the normal wage called double time, means doubly we need to pay the employees. Clear? Because they work extra hours. So overtime rates, how we can determine? That is 1.5 times the normal wage, that is time and half, and or 2 times the normal wage. So let's see the example. Normal hourly wage, that is 100. Overtime rate, see here 1.5 times. See here 1.5 times the normal wage or 2 times. Here in the example 1.5 times means 100 into 1.5, that is rupees 150 per hour, that is overtime rate. And overtime hours worked, how many hours? 2 hours. Now let's see the solution. Total overtime wages, that is equals to total overtime hours, how much? 2, and overtime rate, that is rupees 150 per hour into 150 equals to rupees 300. Now we have to calculate the normal wage for 2 hours. Clear? 2 into normal hourly wage, how much? 100, and overtime hours work 2. Why here we have taken 100? Because we are calculating normal wage. First we have calculated overtime wage, and secondly we have to calculate normal wage. Overtime we have to take into account overtime rate, and for normal wage we have to take normal hourly wage, that is 100 equals to 200. Now overtime premium is, what is the formula? Overtime wages minus normal wage. So here overtime wage is rupees 300 and normal wage is rupees 200. So our overtime premium is rupees 100. Clear? So rupees 200 is normal wage and rupees 100 is overtime premium. Clear? I hope this example is clear to you all. Now let's see the accounting treatment of overtime. There are mainly 2 types, like idle time. First one is normal overtime and second one is abnormal overtime. Clear? So first we will see normal overtime. Here it occurs regularly due to production needs. So normal overtime, how it occurs? It occurs regularly due to production needs. Means if overtime happen due to urgent production requirements, which are part of regular business operations, right? That is what occurs regularly due to production needs, means urgent production requirement, that are part of regular business operations. So this is normal overtime. Clear? And what is the treatment now? It is treated as production overhead or factory overhead, like normal idle time, and absorbed into the cost of products. Clear? This is the treatment of normal overtime. Later we will see the example. And second one is abnormal overtime. It means what? It happens due to unusual reasons like power failure or poor planning. Clear? Abnormal overtime is what? It happens due to unusual reasons like power failure or poor planning. It is like abnormal idle time. And here also the accounting treatment, it is considered a loss to the business and charged directly to the costing profit and loss account. See, this normal overtime and abnormal overtime same as normal idle time and abnormal idle time. Clear? So let's see one example. See here, employees works 2 hours extra. Clear? Employees works 2 hours extra and normal rate, that is rupees 100 per hour. Overtime rate rupees 150 per hour. So overtime pay 2 hours, employees works extra, 2 into overtime rate how much? That is rupees 150 per hour. Be careful while solving the problems. Don't take normal rate while calculating the overtime pay. Clear? That is 300. And out of this rupees 200 means what? That is the normal wage. That is extra hours and normal rate is rupees 100. That is equals to rupees 100. See here, 100 into 2 is for regular wages, means normal wages. Clear? And rupees 100, that is overtime premium. How? Here overtime pay how much? 300 and our regular wage or normal wages 200. 300 minus 200. So rupees 100 is our overtime premium. Till here you are able to understand, right? And now depending on the reason, whether they are normal overtime or abnormal overtime, the rupees 100 premium, it is either treated as overhead normal or loss abnormal. In the problem they will give whether normal or abnormal. According to that we have to give the treatment, accounting treatment. Clear? Here now this rupees overtime premium of rupees 100, it is considered as production overhead. We will assume it is considered as a production overhead. So it is included in the cost of production. Means here we have taken that like the overtime that is happened due to urgent production requirements. See, urgent customer orders or seasonal demand or temporary increase in workload, these all are normal overtime. Here in the example we will assume the overtime happened due to urgent production requirements. Now what is the accounting treatment here? Here rupees 100, that is considered as production overhead and it is included in the cost of production by absorbing it into product cost. Right? And now case B, here machine breakdown. We will take machine breakdown, that is cost delay in work. That is considered as abnormal overtime. Machine breakdown, poor planning. Clear? These all are abnormal overtime. So this is an unexpected loss, right? So rupees 100 over premium, that is treated as abnormal loss and that is charged to costing profit and loss account. Clear? First we have to find out the overtime premium and we have to determine whether it is normal overtime or abnormal overtime. In the problem they will give whether it is normal or abnormal. Otherwise they will give overtime happened due to urgent production requirements, means that is considered as normal overtime, or machine breakdown caused delay in work, means that is abnormal overtime. After finding out normal and abnormal overtime, we have to give the accounting treatment. So normal overtime, that is included in the cost of production, means production overhead, and abnormal overtime, that is charged to costing profit and loss account. Clear? I hope this concept is clear to you all. Overtime means what? It is the extra amount, extra time put in by workers who work beyond their normal hours of work. Or overtime, it refers to the time worked by an employee beyond the normal working hours. Clear? If the regular working hours are 8 hours per day and an employee, he works 10 hours. So the extra 2 hours here we need to consider it as a overtime. Clear? I hope this concept is clear to you all. If not, please leave a comment. Thank you.